Hey Underdogs, it's Stacy from Underdog Wellness, and today we have a Pilates video for you. This is going to require a small ball. This one is, I think, about 6 inches. I'm not sure how they measure, but a ball like that. You don't want something too small. You could even use a pillow, something from your couch, and what you would do is you would just fold it in half. So we're going to end up putting this between thighs, legs, just for some added tension for the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, that type of thing. So if you don't have a ball, that's okay. Use something else, a rolled up blanket, anything like that would work. Something as large as a basketball, not gonna work. And you want something with a little bit of squish or a little bit of give to it. Let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna go to our mat and we bring our ball with us. We wanna sit in the center of our mat. As usual, I like to have padding for my tailbone, but that's entirely up to you. We've got our feet on the mat, knees bent, and we're going to take our ball and put it between the thighs. It's not between the knees. We want to go a little bit higher, right on the thighs, and we're going to really squeeze that ball. So we want to feel that our ankles are in line with our knees, in line with our hips. So we don't want our feet together, and we don't want our feet too far apart. We're going to take the pads of our fingers and just place them on either side of our thighs. So right hand, right leg, left leg, yeah. Elbows are nice and wide, shoulders are relaxed. We come up nice and tall, and then we're gonna exhale, we're gonna scoop the belly and we roll down about halfway until the arms are straight. You're not hanging on for dear life, so make sure your fingers are just really loose. When we roll up, we're gonna stay rounded, so we round over those legs, we look like the letter C. So we roll back and up. It's inhale back, keep that scoop, and exhale up. Inhale back, keep scooping, and up. I remind you because people do forget. We round back, and those shoulders should be forward, a nice rounded spine here. This is our last one. We're gonna roll back. We're gonna hold and let go, wiggle those fingers. We roll down, 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 and let our head touch. 2 things. One, I'm going to adjust myself so that I'm on my blanket. The other thing is we're going to spend a bit of time completely on our back. So make sure that your head can sit, the back of your head can sit on the mat. Either you have a low ponytail, high ponytail, short hair, pigtails. Just don't stick something on the very back of your head that's going to kind of force your head to sit into the ground or mess up your neck. Okay, so we want the back of the head to touch the ground. All right, that's where we want to start from. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go into the 100. We're gonna send the legs into the air, and we're gonna put the ball between the ankles. And you can always do these moves without the ball. You don't have to have the ball, no problem. All right, so we have our legs nice and straight. We're gonna pull, we're gonna bring our rib cage closer to our hip bone. So we send the arms out, rib cage gets closer to the hip bone. That's gonna lift up your head and shoulders. Make sure your head doesn't drop back. That's gonna put a lot of pressure on the back of the neck. The head is up, and you're kind of looking at your own belly. Here we go, the 100. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the ball. 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. And inhale. And in. And in. And in. And in, and in, and in, and last one, and then hug everything in. If during these exercises I don't look at you guys, it's not that I'm being rude, it's just that I'm trying to keep my head in line with my spine. And I want you guys to do that too. I'm hopefully giving good enough cues that you can do the exercises without having to continually watch, maybe a peek here and there. So staying here on our back, everything nice and relaxed, we're gonna send the legs up into the air. We're gonna try to externally rotate our hips just a teeny tiny bit so that our feet just turn out a little tiny. We can keep our hands on the ground, or if you prefer, if it feels better for your back, your hands can go underneath your tailbone, okay? Either one is correct. We're gonna pull the knees into the chest. This is the frog. And we're gonna send it out on a diagonal. And we pull it in put those toes right to the ceiling. You can go a little higher or a little lower. Just make sure you're able to keep your powerhouse pulled in when you send those legs out. If your belly starts to pooch or you feel your back arch, the legs need to go a little higher. So we just do the in and out. The knees are open, they get closer together. Knees are open, closer together. 2 more. And last one. Good. Let's bring those knees in, send them up to the ceiling. So a little twist. So the only thing that's working is from the legs down. So we're gonna twist and twist, twist and twist. Now you will feel the abs, but holding that ball steady and twist, twist and twist. Keep going. And last one. Nice job. Legs in the air, we still have that ball between our ankles. We're gonna work the inner thighs. So this is our exact working pattern right here. We're gonna squeeze that ball, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, you should feel those inner thighs. Squeeze, squeeze, one more, and hold. So keep it really tight. And then we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it tight, 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 and hug that in. All right. From here, we're gonna take our legs. We've got 2 options. We can again put our hands under our tailbone for the hips, or if you're more advanced and your neck doesn't bother you and your back doesn't bother you, you'll stack your hands one on top of each other. Okay, make sure it's a nice stack. We call that the hammock. And you're gonna place the back of your head in the hammock. Head and shoulders are gonna lift up and those elbows are wide, so no wrapping around. Nice and wide. Legs go up. We lower them out, 2, hold, bring them up on 1. Out, 2, hold, and up. Out, 2, belly doesn't pooch, and up, and my hips don't lift. So it's a small range of motion, and my hips don't lift. So out, 2, hold, right back up. Out, 2, hold, right back up. Out, 2, hold, and last one, out, 2, hold, bring the whole thing in. We're just gonna breathe for a moment, and we're gonna reverse that. It's very subtle. Here we go. So legs back up, head, hands, wherever you're comfortable. We go out and hold it, keep that belly pulled in, and lift, lift, lift. Out and hold, lift, lift, lift. Out and hold, lift. So again, my hips don't lift up. My legs are come back to a beautiful 90-degree angle. They don't come towards my face any further than that. Lift, lift, bring it in. You can release those arms for a moment. All right. We're gonna bring our hands to our ankles or shins, doesn't matter. Head and shoulders lift up, get up nice and high. Everything comes out, we pull it all in. Everything out and in. For this one, the shoulders stay lifted the whole time. I don't at any point lay down. Everything out, pull it in. Everything out, pull it in. And out and in. Last one and in. Take it down for just a moment, and then we're gonna go right back up. Hold on, I'm losing my hair here. We're gonna bring our legs to a tabletop. So we've got our knees above our hips, shins parallel to the ground. Ball is still between our ankles. That hammock again, behind the head, elbows wide. We're gonna come up to center. We'll twist towards each other. Come up to center, twist away from each other. Center, towards, center, away. Center, towards, don't forget that lift in the center, really come up. Center, towards, center, away, center, towards, center, away. Hold. All right, so from there, We're gonna come up, we're gonna let the ball drop, or the pillow drop. Legs are together, so we go center, we twist, come back to center, center. Don't forget to come up in that center. There's a little lift there. Those abs should be feeling this. And last set like this. Let's speed it up. We go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Hug it all in. Nice job. We're gonna find that ball again. So kind of grab it if you need to, sit up, or put it between your ankles. That's where it's gonna go, is between the ankles. Legs go to the ceiling. Again, the options, hands under the tailbone, or they just rest by our side. Our head stays down for this one, shoulders relax into the mat. All right, so we're gonna bring our toes, it's a little circle, very small circle. Toes to the nose, circle around, back to the nose, stop. Left around to the nose, stop. Right around to the nose, stop. Keeping that ball stable the whole time. Hopefully it's not twisting around. Left around to the nose, stop. Legs are nice and straight. So do your best to keep those legs as straight as you can. The shoulders shouldn't be moving. And last one, hug it all in. Very nice. All right, so from here, we're gonna go onto our belly. So we're gonna flip ourselves around. Try to find yourself comfortable on the mat. We've worked our abs a bit, but it also means we probably worked our backs a little bit, so let's take a moment. Shake your pelvis out. All right, and then you're gonna lift your right leg as high as it will go, and you can come a little lower if you want to, and then let it come down, and then left leg as high as it will go, and then come down, and hopefully you have nice long legs. We're gonna reach for our ball. This is one, if you have a pillow, it's not gonna work too well, so what you can do is just kind of keep your hands long and lift up and down, okay? It's a very simple movement, all right? If we have the ball, we're gonna put our wrists on the ball, nice and straight out from the shoulders. And then we come up, we draw the ball towards us, and we push away. So in Pilates, it's swan. If you were doing yoga, it's like a cobra. The rest of the body is nice and steady. Shoulders are on our backs, we have long necks. And we just roll on up and away. And this is why we need a squishy ball. Last one, and release it down. Okay. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna bend our knees and we place the ball back between those ankles. And then walk them together. We don't want the knees to touch, but we do want everything nice and parallel. We can stack our fists and let our chin rest, our head rest, whatever is comfortable to you. I'm gonna do chin. From here, we're just gonna float the knees up and lower down. Float up and lower down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and hold. We're gonna pulse. These are tiny. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze your glutes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and my hamstring is burning. And lower down. Lower your ball. Let's take a moment. We'll push back to child's pose. So we're gonna sit and move your ball out of the way. Sit back and just stretch. And come on up. All right, we're gonna swing ourselves around. We're gonna bring our tool, our prop, with us, and we're gonna lay down on our backs. Again, making sure the back of the head does touch the mat, the neck is not compromised. Feet are on the mat, knees bent, ball goes back between those thighs. Again, not the knee, but right in the middle of those thighs. Walk your feet and your thighs towards each other. Again, nothing touches. You just have space for that ball. Arms are by our sides. We want our feet to be close enough to us. They don't have to be right touching our butt, but close enough to us that when we come up into bridge, our knees are pretty much over our ankle. And then we lower down. So we're gonna curl the pelvis, peel and lift up, and lower down. We've got a few of these. Do these at your own perfect pace. It's just constant movement. We're lifting up, and we're lowering down. Very simple. And lowering down. Nice. Now we're gonna lift it up and hold it. So nice and high here. We're gonna squeeze that ball, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Similar to what we did before when the ball was between our ankles. Squeeze. You should feel this on the outer part of the glutes. And one more. We're gonna hold it tight. So tight, 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 and we pulse it. So we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it and tight, 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 like pulse, 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 pulse. Keep going, tighter, faster. Until you feel those legs really tire out. Keep pulsing, 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 and then hold it tight, 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 and lower down. Hug it in. Let's set that ball to the side for a moment, and let's just rock side to side. Nice. And then just sort of let the legs move around. Use your arms to make this happen, and reverse. We've got one more real exercise here. Come on up. And then we'll do a little bit of stretching. So taking it to side kicks, we're gonna roll onto the side. What we're gonna do is put the ball between the ankles. That's usually the easiest thing to do first. And then we come down onto our elbow, propping head in our hand. The body is nice and long. I highly suggest bringing the feet just a little bit in front of the body because it can be more challenging if the legs are straight out. You could always do that, but sometimes you roll around. Powerhouse pulled in, and I just like fingertips on the floor just to kind of remind you to keep them pulled in. I don't like it when people kind of jam their shoulder back like this because it almost just lets the belly go by doing that. I don't know, it's like this weird thing. It's bad for your shoulder alignment as well. So pull it in and then just keep yourself kind of feeling really tall and long. We're gonna flip the legs up and down, up and down, up and down. Don't let the arm do the work for you. Keep them nice and loose, but they do help kind of steady you just a little bit. So just be light on those fingers. Think of those legs nice and long. And then hold it up and we lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold. Now squeeze the ball. 2, just a little pressure with those ankles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, 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 hold tight, and lower. That's it for that side. Let's go to the other side. Place the ball between those ankles. Come down onto the forearm. Prop your head in your hand. Let your feet come to the front. Everything is pulled in nice and tight. And we flip the legs up and down. 2 and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, 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 and lower down. Good. Let's come up to the center. Send your legs out in front of you and just give them a shake. So up and down with the knees, and then just windshield wiper. And it could be in and out, like however you want to do that. Nice and loose. All right, coming into mermaid. Again, this one, if you don't have a ball, if you just have a pillow, you're just gonna go propless for this one. Have the option of legs to the left, stacking knee on top of knee. If that's not comfortable, take it to a Z leg. If that's still not comfortable, take it to a cross leg, okay? So lots of options there. I'm gonna do the stacked legs. You hold on with your left hand. We're gonna do tippy fingers on the ball, or again, you can just walk yourself out, a little spider crawl with your hand, okay? So tippy fingers, this is more challenging, so you might decide, I don't wanna do it with the ball. Just get rid of it. We're gonna roll and come right back up. And we don't have to hold on, sorry. We'll take it over and right back up. Unless you wanna hold on. Roll, right back over. You feel that core trying to stabilize you, because that is a bit of a challenge. This works really well if you have foam roller. It's actually really nice because it's more stable. And then that's it. And then we'll take it this way and find that stretch. And then we'll come out and do the other side. So we're gonna move the ball, switch your legs. Again, find your tippy fingers on that ball because we want it to go somewhere. We're gonna bring it over, right back up. And over, right back up. Over, right back up. Ooh. And over, right back up. I find I do better if I watch it. I start to roll off the ball. And let's do that one more time. And come on up. And then we go to the other side. Come on up. Grab your ball. We're gonna take the legs into a wide straddle. I usually let my butt sit on the floor, but I like to have my ankles on some sort of padding. It just feels better for me. First things first, if you feel like you sit back on your pelvis tilts backwards, try to move stuff out of the way, and then you can always pop your knees. The minute you pop your knees, it's easier for the spine to stay tall. So no shame in that at all. We want that tall spine. Otherwise, we want to keep our feet nice and flexed. We want to be able to sit tall, so just make sure your pelvis is good. And then we're going to take that ball in front of us, and we're just going to walk ourselves forward. So just let it go, let it go, let it go. And then once you've gotten as far as you can try to widen those legs a little bit more, and then we're just gonna settle here. Nice stretch. So make sure that your chest is lifted, that you feel the length coming from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. We don't want to round here. We don't want that spine to collapse. So kind of press into that ball and lift yourself as tall as you can. Good. And from here, we're gonna circle that ball. So the stretch will get deeper and release. This should feel good. If it doesn't, please back off. You shouldn't feel any pain or discomfort behind your knee. The back shouldn't feel, it should feel a stretch, but not pain. And then we'll reverse that circle. If there's a weird noise, it's the ball. And then one more time, let's just go a little deeper. And bring it back up. Very nice. Last thing we're gonna do, and I'll turn sideways for this one, is our forward fold. So we're gonna place the ball on the floor or your pillow, and you'll put your heels on it. So your heels are just elevated a little bit. Now what that does is it tends to tilt the pelvis back this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of scooch things out of the way. Try to get those feet steady. Put your fingers behind you and lift nice and tall. So already with those heels elevated, you might feel the stretch through your calves and your hamstrings. And we're just pitching forward slightly, but we have a nice lengthened spine, lengthened arms. Now if this is enough, go here, stay here. Otherwise, try to come forward without rounding your back. So my back should not look any different in these two positions, okay? Even if I attempt to go a little further, my back should still look the same. I shouldn't have rounded and dropped my head or done anything. My back should still be nice and straight. So we can reach a little further, but again, my back shouldn't round, my chest shouldn't drop. Everything, even if it gets closer, it shouldn't drop like a rounded position. So it's a nice stretch through the back of the legs. We worked those inner thighs quite a bit today. And then we'll come back. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you hopefully next week. Have a great day. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.